Who is Duncan?
This is Duncan. Hello everyone, and welcome back to DCC Sodor for another video. Today we're taking a look at my model of Duncan in OO9 scale, or HON 30, meaning this Duncan fits perfectly with Bachmann's Thomas & Friends narrow gauge line. This model is a 3D printed shell from Miniature Modelers Hub. This is the larger Barclay E-Class 009 body kit. I saw Fido's Model Railway on Instagram create a model of Duncan using this shell and was inspired to do the same. And if you want, there's their Instagram and you can check them out. They do some really cool stuff. So I jumped online and ordered myself a shell and of course a Bachmann N-Scale Percy. Then I went to a local hobby store and got some Tamiya Camel Yellow and a DCC decoder, an ESU Loc Pilot 5 Micro 59820. I cut off the 8-pin plug and soldered the wires onto Percy's chassis, painted the wheels black and the cylinders in camel yellow. Then it was time to work on the locomotive, and I've got some clips here of me in the final stages of finishing and painting and also doing the water slide line.
It's fair. Peter Sam gets a special funnel, Sir Handel gets special wheels, passengers get ice cream.
Well, I realize I haven't really been documenting this process very well, but I figured I'd kind of show off where Duncan is at right now. Yeah, I've painted some of his pipe work. This pipe is probably supposed to be black, realistically, but the gold pipe is just too iconic in the model series to not do that. I'm gonna add some coal, but first thing I've been doing is I let this kind of dry overnight, clear coating. Originally, I was gonna give them black buffers, but then in the middle of this project, I decided that I just get the face off. That all of my Scarlowe engines are now going to have silver buffers like the model series, or season 4 specifically. So what I'm going to do here is actually take this down, clear coat it, let it dry for a while, and then I'm working on figuring out what to do for the numbers. I didn't want to just print out the original, decals and then just stick them on there. I'm thinking of doing like not the etch number plates, but like actually 3D printing number plates. So we're gonna try that and see how it turns out. But at least once this is done, I can put his chassis back together and he'll be ready to go in that regard. So we'll see. And there's his wheels right there. All right, so Duncan has officially been mated to his chassis. I did test him, he runs pretty well. Obviously this is just my old Bachmann Percy chassis with the wheels painted black. I do have another Bachmann Percy, but that's another video. So I'm pretty happy. Like I said, I painted all of that. I actually went back and I believe this is like a throttle controller or something. I painted that. His cab remains unpainted just due to his decoder in there. I'll probably put some make some figures. I know I've seen 3D prints of narrow gauge figures somewhere. I have to line the stripes on the top parts of his cylinder, and other than that, and then I guess do the nameplates, which I was originally planning on like 3D printing like plates and stuff, and the more I think about it, I'm just gonna try getting some some like thick card and using that for the nameplate and the number. So we'll see how that works out, and the next video will probably be that little bit of update, and then we'll get some coal on his bunkers and Duncan will be ready to go. And some couplings. So I've got to figure out what I'm going to do about couplings yet.
Huh. I know my way about. I don't need smelly diesels to tell me what to do. Rusty felt hurt.
The lining was from Fox Transfers, and I printed the nameplates out on card and the number plates on just some paper. Eventually I'd like to get some better nameplates and number plates, possibly etched ones, but with the current situation in the States, that's not possible at this point. So these card ones will just have to do for now. I also hand painted the buffer beams, the buffers, the smoke box, and details using Tamiya gloss black for the smoke box, and some other details red for the buffer beams, Tester's gold for all of his gold accents, and oh man, how I miss Tester's gold. And I just used a silver Sharpie to give Duncan those silver buffers. So let's take a look at some of the detailing on Duncan. One thing I will get out of the way, in the model series in season 4, 5, and onward, he has two-tone black and gold lining, and then in the CGI series he just has gold lining on his boiler. I decided to actually go for the CGI look for this one and went for the gold lining. Maybe someday I'll change it up, but for now we're sticking with gold. So anyways, this model, it spoke to me because it blended that season 4 model that I really love from Duncan, and gave it some of the detailing of Douglas. And it kind of, to me, is like a little realistic hybrid that you might have seen Nitrogen do, but also kind of works itself in better with the Bachmann models, because Scarloey, Rheneas, Peter, Sam have all been nicely detailed while still retaining the look of the models that we know and love. Sir Handel's a little bit of a different character, and we'll get to that when the Sir Handel model arrives. But for now, I would say that it blends very well. I'm not an expert on these details by any stretch of the imagination, but I will say that I think it looks great, and I'm pretty proud of how a lot of these hand-painted parts came out. So let's get him down on the track. Let's get some running in. Just like the Bachmann Percy, he runs great and is still, for not having a lot of weight to him, he's decently strong. I'd like to add some more weight in the boiler, however, just to put some more pressure, just to get some more on that chassis so that he can have a little bit more grip. So let's see him run.
Sleepers and ballast, I'm off. And he was.
And that's Duncan. I am so happy with how he turned out. And eventually I'll get some more expressions, but for now he just kind of smiles and stares a little wonkily into the distance. I gotta fix those eyes for sure. But that's Duncan. Let me know your thoughts on Duncan in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe and give this video a like if you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching as always, and I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye.
Let's be friends. Suits me, replied Rusty. We'll mend that bad bit of rail first thing tomorrow.